Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to Bang Time USA. BANGnACES live and direct sport commentary. Just bear with me, I'll be right with you. Let's go.
Coming live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck. Coming live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck. I'm from the bottom of the barrel, came apart it in the gravel. All black be my apparel, Glock 40 pointing at you. We storming niggas' castles, my niggas is going cashews. I like it, I take it, I ain't gotta fucking ask you. Terrorist mindset, deadly the thoughts, shoot and bury the nonsense. And piss in the corpse, you niggas small like the fine print. Fall in line and get pop quick, you forgot your reminder. Third pound we the livest, respect over everything. Cash come included, my clique get everything. Mash on the music, biz, it is what it is. These are the breaks, separate the real from the G's and the fakes. Cut the grass low, poison all the snakes. Stash the cash flow and let it roll till it breaks. Life only determined by success. And since I'm born blessed, ain't no doubt me and the team next. We coming live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck. Coming live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck.
Never lose love like sleep, I'll be stretched out. Everybody on my line is why I stepped out. Mark Haterade, stone face gripped up. Mouth split, Tony talking, Tiger getting ripped up. Pound reppin', G checking freshman. Top hat pimped out like the West End. Musical, wise guy, no lie. Real heart, true eyeball, eyeball. Nigga pick a side, killers never switch a side. Money or the power, push the way I feel inside. Deal a day, still celebrating. Pop another bottle for every hater hating. Both hands, middle finger in the air. Shining on both so you see them shits clear. Playboy, ice grill, we don't scare. And you can keep them ugly bitches over there.
Live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck. Coming live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck.
They don't wanna see me shine. Might go blind, and the blind can't leave the blind. Dropping gems on them, they don't pay no mind. Nope. It ain't worth throwing pearls and swine. Love that fast money, wanna stick something. But a slow million better than a quick 100. One line at a time, keep them hits coming. Uncut blow, take a whiff of it. It's a shame what they do for wealth. Wanna be Wayne, shoot yourself. Like December 31st, let off them choppers like it's January 1st. July 4th with them fireworks. Put that mask on, October 31st. You the best, guess we the worst. This is my world, Mr.
We coming
Universe.
live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck. Coming live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck.
Coming live and direct, can't pardon your disrespect. From the G's to the goon, little homies on deck. This is boom back rap like a terrorist threat. Keep it gully good, can't shame my rap. Spit a universal code, take game and bet. Homie pre-think, bring your gang and set. I'm a suicide king, never bang regret. From the bottom of the barrel like the game is fit. As long as I'm alive, too legit to quit. The hustle is the turn, trying to flip the script. Don't let the struggle burn, you gotta flick the switch. Third pound on the room, so ridiculous. Oh. BANGnACES Live and Direct Sport Commentary. I am your host, Bang, and we are back. Free agency night. You know, I have to change that, but yeah. Go ahead real quick. Change that real quick. Change that real quick.
Black Friday and July mattress deals are now extended at Ashley Home Store. Get up to 40% off select Ashley Sleep, Groove, Sealy, Beauty Rest, and Serta mattresses. Plus, buy today and get an additional 10% off. Or pay 0%.
What's good? What's good? What's good, man? We are back. It is Bang, your host of BANGnACES Live and Direct Sport Commentary. And we are, I'm sure, that's my crazy ass son screaming somewhere in the back of the studio somewhere. But if y'all hear him, y'all excuse him. But yeah, man, we did some different things in free agency this year. We did some different things in free agency this year. Right here. Did some different things in free agency. Let's get to it. I won't even get into the Knicks just yet. All right. If y'all was here on draft night, y'all seen me get all angry with the Knicks 19th pick trade. They drafted Kai Jones and they traded him to the Hornets. But again, we ain't gonna get into the Knicks. Let's talk free agency. This is so crazy, y'all. Free agency has begun 6 o'clock tonight, and a lot of teams are scrambling, getting their resigns in, all of that. So let's get to it. Kyle Lowry. Everybody wanted to know what Kyle Lowry was going with, where he was gonna end up, and everything, right? So Kyle Lowry went to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat picked up Kyle Lowry. I have to get his numbers, but Kyle Lowry left the Raptors and is headed to Miami Heat. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. They also re-signed. They got Duncan Robinson. Re-signed him for $90 million. We're gonna talk about market value. We're gonna talk about players, because it simply don't matter. I see a lot of people upset about a lot of different things, and when we talk about personal teams and they shouldn't pay this person that and they shouldn't pay it.
but it's not really what we want to pay them. It's their market value for their position, for their point percentage. All that's done on a point system, right? So if their market value is 50 million, 30 million, then their market value is 30 million. Teams are just gonna have to come up off that 30 million. For instance, my example would be Kelly Olynyk. Good player, right? Kelly Olynyk re-signed with the Pistons, who just had the #1 draft pick in Kay Cunningham. He re-signed with the Pistons for $37 million. Now that's roughly about $12 million per year. That's what his market value was. Now anybody who plays a position or scored just as many points or played defense or grabbed more boards than Kelly Olynyk and scored just as many points, their value is there. So we can't get mad that a team has to pay them a certain value of the cap based off of that. So I see a lot of that going on. So let's look at the numbers though. Lonzo Ball went to the Chicago Bulls for $84 million. For $84 million. I'm not paying Lonzo Ball for $84 million. You know what I mean? He's a great player. No, I wanted Lonzo Ball to come to the Knicks, but at $84 million, 14 points per game, 6 assists. Dude, I'm paying you $84 million, close to $100 million. You gotta be over 25, at least 22, 23 points of a game. I'll take assists, but your assists gotta be in the double digits. That's me personally, but his market value again is what it is. You know what I mean? Your point guard. If another point guard is scoring 16 points a game, is getting paid $100 million, $90 million, then Lonzo Ball is worth the $84 million. So the Chicago Bulls paid him. Alex Caruso to the Bulls with Lonzo Ball for $37 million. CP3 decided to stay. He opted out his contract of $44 million. He started to stay in Phoenix. He's signing a $120 million in Phoenix. I think it's a 3-year deal, 4-year deal, 3-year deal, I think. Jared Allen re-signed with Cleveland, $100 million. Will Barton signed with the Nuggets, $100 million. Mike Conley, an older guard, re-signs with the Jazz, $72.5 million. So see what I mean about the markets? TJ McConnell, he goes to the Pacers for $35 million, or he's back with the Pacers. Kelly Olynyk, $37 million to the Pistons. Corey Joseph, $10 million to the Pistons. Trey Lyles, $5 million to the Pistons. So the Pistons put out some money and got some good players with to keep their staff together with their new draft pick, and expect the Pistons to do something. See how they mesh this year. Campaign. Excuse me. Campaign, $19 million. Stays in Phoenix. Tim Hardaway, $74 million. Stays in Dallas. Doug McDermott, $42 million with the Spurs. Bobby Portis re-signs with the Bucks, $9 million. Now Bobby Portis was big in the playoffs. Now I don't know what his last contract was, but market value I would have figured should have been a little bit more than that. I think it's a 1-year deal, so that might be about right. Mo Harkless, $9 million to the Kings. Wayne Ellington, 1-year Laker deal. Center Dwight Howard, working on a deal to the Lakers, but he is not finalized, so he's not guaranteed. Solomon Hill, 2-year deal to the Hawks. Mike Muscala, 2-year deal, $7 million to OKC. Trevor Ariza to the Lakers. I gotta look up his money. Gary Trent, $54 million deal. Reggie Bullock, $30 million deal to sign with the Mavs. So he left the Knicks. So that's like a finicky subject. Now, Nerlens Noel re-signs with the Knicks, $10 million per, got about $30 million, 3-year deal, right? Market value, $10 million. I just said Bobby Portis got $9 million for his play in the playoffs for a $1 million deal. Noel got $10 million, $1 million more. He probably had better numbers than Bobby Portis, though. You know what I mean? Burks, Alec Burks, re-signs with the Knicks. Knicks signed only Derrick Rose back, Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel, and Evan Fournier. Now, if you know who Evan Fournier is, let's go Knicks. Yeah. You know who Evan Fournier is? You salute G-Mac. Thanks for coming through. If you know who Evan Fournier is, he's actually playing for the France team that cut up the USA, right? But he been playing with that FIBA team for a while, so he got like a little chemistry with his team out in France. But he plays in the NBA, and he's a good 3-point shooter. He used to play for Orlando. He's on the rail right there. So I got all the Knicks free agent signings up on the board behind me. Let me know how you feel about these signings. Do you think we should have re-signed Noel for $10 million? You know what I mean? He played his butt off last year, but we came up short in the playoffs, right? First round. To a formidable team, mind you, to Atlanta Hawks, who almost went all the way and bumped the Bucks and everything. So everybody gets all crazy about us underachieving, but we overachieved. They forgot we overachieved during the regular season. We got to the playoffs. We gave it a shot. Our players didn't show up. But, you know, when you doubling Randall and guys aren't hitting shots and stuff like that, I hate it that they put it all on one player. They kind of performed bad. You will have to question Coach Thibodeau on his coaching on that, why he couldn't break those defenses down. In my opinion, you know what I mean? We're probably going to try to hit Ace and see how he feel about some of this. But, you know, the Knicks, led by James Dolan, Leon Rose, William Wesley, Coach Thibodeau, you know what I mean? They overachieved last year. So the question is, should they not have re-signed? Excuse me, chat. Excuse me. Damn speaker. Should they not have? It's my daughter plugged into Bluetooth then, playing her music. But yeah, man. I personally, I was ready to with the way the draft went with the Knicks. I was just done with them, right? I was just so done with them. If you looked at my video on draft day, I waited for this moment. I hope they didn't trade up because I knew they would have good picks at 19 and 21, and they picked some good players, but they picked them for other teams. And they traded one to the Hornets for a draft pick, a future draft pick. Not a bad thing, right? We had all these bad draft picks. So then they go to the 21 pick, and they trade down to 25, right? So I'm like, why would you do that? But then they take Keon Johnson, which nobody really liked Keon Johnson. I liked Keon Johnson, right? So they take Keon Johnson. I'm like, all surprised. So they really take Keon Johnson for the Clippers. So I'm like, why give the Clippers Keon Johnson? So if you see my video, I was questioning that, right? But, you know, Leon Rose, And William Wesley and those guys and Thibodeau, they used this draft very strategically. They got under. They knocked off cap room. They saved a lot of money for the Knicks, right? Over $50 million. They still picked two formidable draft picks. So at 25, they take Quentin Grimes, who I didn't draft, who I didn't scout. But when I scouted him, I was satisfied. He's one of the best shooters in the draft. He's one of the good offensive-minded player, and that's what we need. We need somebody that can get their own shot and stuff like that, right? So as soon as they picked him up, I'm like, all right, hopefully we don't trade him. So then we move on to the pick 32. And they trade down in that. They trade down again in that draft at that spot. And we got the 32 spots. I'm like, we got a couple players we could pick up here. And they trade down. But they trade down for two more picks, right? All in mind that they knew who they were going to get, right? So they went and got a European player. They trade down to 34 and 36. So at 34, they take the European player. At 36, they take Miles McBride. Now, Miles McBride could have went at 21. He could have went. I'll give him 21. He one of the better guards in the whole draft, right? But this draft was loaded, so you still had so him and Grimes. They they're two different positions, but Miles McBride plays defense. Got real good hands, real good humble kid. So I like that draft pick. Quentin Grimes, a lot of my friends like the Quentin Grimes draft pick. We'll see. Now, saying that, we cannot have an expectation on those draft picks immediately, right? So they're just rookies. So now, when it comes to the regular team that overachieved last year, what are we gonna do about them? How do we make them better? So how I would say immediately make them better, we sign any premier superstar player, or any specialist player. You know what I mean? So if we're going to go get a point guard, is it going to be CP3? Is it going to be Westbrook? Is it going to be Conley? Is it going to be any of these veterans, right? That's what I was thinking. But nope. They went and got Evan Fournier. They re-signed Derrick Rose. I'm not mad at that. I kind of seen that coming. Him and Tibbs together is pretty good. He knows Tibbs' system from a long time ago. I think Tibbs needs to modernize his system a little bit with the new way of gaming. But he is a defender, and the Knicks are a defensive team, and I love that. Finally, the Knicks are back to being a defensive team, bro. You know what I mean? So we just need defenders, and that's why I think McBride is gonna come in favor for us. But that's until he does that. I'm anxious to see them in summer league in the next week or so. That'll either solidify what I've been saying the whole time about him. But let's talk about these contracts, man. Man, Evan Fournier, I think got like $70 million or something from us, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's his market. It's his value. But goodness gracious, man, I would have rather signed JaVale McGee because he's a champion. He would have been cheaper than Noel. And then I would have I was trying to look for Lonzo, but Lonzo wasn't looking for the Knicks. And I'm convinced of that. A lot of people was thinking about Kyle Lowry, but that wasn't realistic for us. Then people mentioned Dennis Schroeder, which is still not out of it. Schroeder's still out there, right? But not at the money Schroeder wants, right? So, I don't know, man. Where I would have went, man, because you have Knicks fans saying they would have rather go get Alex Caruso, and I'm like, Alex Caruso just signed a $37 million deal. I'm not giving Alex Caruso $37 million. I don't care. I'm not. Like, he ain't got no LeBron over here. You understand what I'm saying? And I think like LeBron and these guys kind of keep a coated blanket over these guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're so good at players. People forget that they play with good players. That's why they be looking all extravagant. But they play with great fucking players with high IQs. Like, they ain't gotta do much. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, this shit is crazy. Let's start at the top. All right, Lonzo Ball. We already talked about him. I gotta find out what Kyle Lowry got. I think he got over like 100 million, like close to 100 million. Like, this is crazy. He's 36 years old. You know what I mean? Duncan Robinson, $90 million, bro. Now he's a specialist. He can shoot threes. He for the Heat. He had them in the playoffs. They keep getting bumped early, things like that. I don't know, man. I'm looking at this list more and more. Like, we let Reggie Bullock go, right? But what did he sign? He signed the $30 million 3-year deal. So he only wanted $10 million a year. We should have re-signed that man. But I'm guessing they thinking the rookies will help us get over the hump. And that could be possibly so. You know what I mean? I didn't want Tim Hardaway back. Oh, Melo. We got a chance to re-sign Melo. How you feel about re-signing Melo? What's good, algorithm? What's good, G? How y'all feel about re-signing Melo to come off the bench with Rose and you know, nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. Let me know how that feel, man. I think, in my opinion, we should re-sign Melo. We should take him to the next level and let him come back to New York. I think we should try to make a play for Dennis Schroeder some way. I think a big trade is coming, man. When in regards to my Knicks, I think a trade is coming. And I don't think players want to come here, but I think a trade is coming. It's evident. It's kind of evident that a trade is coming, if we can get one. And that trade we might have to lose Robinson. And 2 years ago, I didn't want to lose Robinson because I thought he was a good piece. But since then, we went and got healthier people, healthier bigs. And I think we can probably trade Robinson for a great big. You know what I mean? Why not trade him for Turner? Why not try to sign Dwight Howard, maybe? You know what I mean? Like, you know, let him go to the Lakers if that's where he want to go. But just for this year, 1-year deal, 2-year deal at $8 million, you know what I mean? Something like that. If I was the Knicks, I would have looked for JaVale McGee. I would have tried my best to sign Lonzo Ball. But that's a lot of money. If he takes that money, then we don't have no money to sign nobody else, right? So, but I would still checked into it. I don't think Lonzo wanted to come here. Probably Dennis Schroeder. Oh, and Jackson, Reggie Jackson. Like, you gotta think about people who were just in the finals, who trying to prove themselves. You know what I mean? Jackson might not want to leave, but you know what I mean? Put the money out there, see if it's available. Now we got a team to trade players, but I think if we trade players, we're gonna have to trade good players, people that we want to keep, type shit. You know what I mean? Evan Fournier is stuck, so he's starting with us. Let's look at the starting lineup: Randall, Fournier, Robinson. But quickly, no. Who's they shooting guard? I don't even know. They either gonna run quickly and Rose. I don't know, quickly Rose. I don't know. I know the rookie shouldn't start right away. And you got Obi on the bench. You got Obi Toppin on the bench. I can't wait to see this summer league, man. They should be able to go off in the summer league, man. The Knicks will look good in the summer league, man. Word up. Let's call Ace. Let's see what's going on with Ace. See how he feel about this season right here. Let's call Ace. Let's call Ace.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what's going on, Ace?
What's going on? Putting my headset on.
You alright? You sleeping?
Nah. I'm here. I'm up. What's going on?
We are live with BANGnACES LIVEnDIRECT and got Ace on the line. Say salute, Ace.
Salute. What's going on?
Yeah, so today we going over the free agency market and all that. Are you familiar with what's going on early tonight from 6 o'clock?
Yeah, I got a couple updates.
Alright.
I don't know what the latest is.
Well,
There's a couple interesting moves out there. I ain't really seen nothing that was a super splash, though.
Nothing was crazy. We got Lonzo Ball to Chicago for $84 million. Let's talk about that for a second. How you feel about him going to Chicago, first and foremost, with Zach LaVine and...
I think it was an opportunity for him to get a big contract and be not the central part of the offense, but he was the same thing in New Orleans, but I think that make them one of the best backcourts in the East, honestly.
Yeah, all right. You think he worth $84 million? Score 14 points a game, six assists. You think that was a worthy contract?
For what niggas is getting paid in the NBA, I think Duncan Robinson just got a 5-year, $90 million joint or something like that. So,
yeah, he did.
For what niggas is getting paid, yeah, I think it's fair because you can't just measure his shit in the box.
So it's market value. So whatever the market value is, teams should just pay it, right?
For the most part, yeah, because the NBA is doing good right now, and these guys are like his value is based on his entertainment value too, his ability to fill the seats. It's not just in the box score, so it's a bottom line business for them too.
Right. Okay. And then you got Kyle Lowry going to the Heat.
So I don't mind his contract. To answer your question, I think it was fair.
Yeah. No, I was arguing. Well, not arguing, but I made that point earlier because I've been going around and I'm hearing a lot of people upset at certain contracts with their teams, and I'm like, dude, they get the cap space to spend the money, right? And if a person's market value is at that, then that's what their market value is. We can't get mad that we spent that little bit of money on the market value of the player. Rather, we feel it's not our money. You know what I mean? We can't. For example, Nerlens Noel got re-signed with the Knicks, right? Now he deserved a raise with the Knicks. He played a marvelous season, right? But they all underachieved in the playoffs, and but he gets a deal at 3 years, $30 million, right? So that's only $10 million per year, right? So everybody's upset saying he got the bag. And he ain't get the bag.
For a backup center that produces like he does in New York City, like.
You know what I mean? And I was like, nah,
Derrick
he
Rose
ain't
got
get the
3 years,
bag,
$43 million.
Then we turn around and
every bit of it.
Then we turn around and sign Evan Fournier for $77 million. You know what I mean? Like, and they all upset about that. But Fournier is a specialist player. He can get his own shot. We need that. That's what the playoffs
That's
showed
a good
us.
pickup, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think so. Anytime you make that point, who would you have rather have gotten? Like, because you gotta pay somebody with that money, and you gotta replace that person.
Right.
So, you know, who are you signing instead of this person, and how much are you paying them if you the GM? You know.
Right.
Since that's how we playing it. You know.
And that's how you have to really say it. And, you know, I personally would not re-sign Noel. I feel like he don't have hands. He got good defense, but he don't have hands, and he don't score enough buckets. So I feel like
who would you rather have gotten?
With Tibbs as our coach, we're one of the number one defenses in the league this year, right? With Noel, though. No, with Noel.
Right.
But I feel like we picked up players, and we could sign. I would have probably tried to sign JaVale McGee or something like that. You know what I mean? I would have tried to.
It's a two-way street. The player gotta want to come to your team.
Correct. So that's
to
what.
Say they not quoting them players, and they getting offers from other teams, and they just choosing other teams.
Right.
You can't make a player sign with you.
Right.
You know.
So,
at the end of the day,
shout out to
you gotta offer somebody else an exorbitant amount of money that if you want them to come to you, right? So they getting what they could get with what they got for the most part.
Right.
You know.
Hey. You ask her to take off so I can use the speaker. Yeah, that's I think that was a good pickup, Fournier, but I would probably try to go with JaVale McGee, try to offer him some money. We got 50 million cap space.
You would have took JaVale McGee over Fournier or over Noel?
Over Noel.
Over Noel, okay.
And I would not re-sign Alec Burks.
Nah. So who you would have got tried to get instead of him?
I probably would have pushed for Lonzo, but it looked like Lonzo wasn't interested.
He might have came to New York because you know what I'm saying. But not with Derrick Rose there because he know he had to share the ball with
But
him,
again, my fans would not pay Alonzo. Didn't want to pay Lonzo $84 million. So. My Knicks fans don't want to pay Lonzo $84 million, so he didn't even blink at us. Kyle Lowry didn't even blink at us. You know what I mean? Alex Caruso made $37 million to go to the Bulls. You know what I mean?
You signed him?
Nah.
Me neither.
Nah. I wouldn't have signed him.
He had to go get his money. You know.
How much did Burks get though? Do you know how much Burks got?
How much did he get? Nah, I don't know.
I think we should re-sign Melo as a bench player.
He can't come back to New York on the bench.
Why the hell not? He coming off the bench. He coming off the bench where he was at. Everywhere else he went.
He wasn't the star in none of them places.
Yeah, he's not gonna be the star anymore. He's not the star anymore. I think he got that figured out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he was at one point.
We need a vet.
Played, so I think that
we need a vet to play with Derrick Rose at the second team. You know what I mean? And I think he would be perfect. But whatever. Like a lot of people don't want to sign him because of the money he made with us and all of that. But that's over. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. You dealing with different personalities, and that should get tricky. But if Melo say he would do it, if he gonna come in and take a pick and come off the bench, I think he'd be a great addition. But I think Josh Potter with that two-way street, man, they gotta want to come there. It's gotta be enticing enough, from just a team standpoint. And they gotta be enticing enough money-wise.
They're saying they talking to him, so that's why I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Right.
Dennis Schroeder was available.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he won $100 million.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying? He won $100 million, so yeah, he ain't trying.
Reggie Jackson.
50.
Got Reggie Jackson available. Who else?
Reggie Jackson, yeah.
Would you sign Victor Oladipo off an injury?
He's a tough call because of his injury history. His talent, make you want to. But his injury history just kind of make you cringe, and you be like,
that's typical Knicks, right? That's typical Knicks.
Right, and then he get hurt or something.
Terrence Mann is available. You make a play for him. I don't think the Clippers are gonna let him go, but you make a play for him.
He got a New York Knicks style of play too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that signing, but how much do he want?
Clippers made a lot of little moves in the draft. So my thing is, I know he a good player, but if they're not gonna match his money, we got $50 million. Make a play for him. Like, see what happens. You know what I mean? Make them have to match and offer him money. You know what I mean? Like, then we just say, nah, we don't want you no more.
Yeah, you could do that too. I think these free agent talks start way before.
Yeah, heck yeah.
They should start even going down, so these niggas. They know.
You see, Tim Hardaway got $74 million to go back to Dallas, and then Reggie Bullock signs a $30 million.
Hardaway?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got 18 a year for 4 years or something like that.
Yeah. And then
he was worth that.
And Reggie Bullock goes to the Mavs. He leaves the Knicks and goes to the Mavs for $10 million a year, 10.2.
Well, I ought to gave him the money instead of. Well, I don't know. I have to watch the Knicks more.
He had a good little chemistry going with Randall. Know what I mean? This year.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought about
he was a star last year.
Yeah. But he flaked out in the playoffs. And when you flake out in the playoffs, that's when shit change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you flake out in the playoffs, that's when it all changes, baby. So what's good, chat? Talk to me, man. Y'all agreeing with these free agent signings? How you think these teams gonna be?
What did Mike Conley get?
Mike Conley got $74 million to re-sign with the Jazz. 72.5.
See, the way the market is, I'm not mad at Lonzo's contract. Because Conley, you can't tell me.
Yeah.
Mike Conley was handled a bit better than Lonzo Ball last year.
Who's Gary Trent?
He was on the Trailblazers. He ended up getting traded to Toronto last year.
They gave him. I don't know, but he got $54 million.
Oh shit!
He got $54 million. Bobby Porter signed a 1-year deal with the Bucks for $9 million. And what he?
For minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that today. Because on a championship team for less money, because you can make that money back in endorsements and other things. Like you can't with, a bottom of the barrel team, so to speak.
Right. So that's where we at, man. Yeah, that's where we at, man.
Chris Paul, I was a little confused, but I think Chris Paul kind of restructured his deal so they would have cap money too. So he re-signed for 4 years, 120.
120 million, man. Everybody was talking about Chris Paul was coming here. He not coming here. And And then, you know, everybody was waiting for Dame to ask for
trade.
Yeah, ask for a trade, but he didn't ask for a trade.
He wasn't going to.
He did not ask for a trade, bro.
He might have been thinking about it, but after he just saw Giannis do it, why wouldn't he think he could do it?
Blake Griffin agreed to a 1-year deal to stay with the Nets.
He's getting a veteran minimum.
Didn't say.
Yeah, so
Norman Powers agreed to a 5-year deal. 5-year, $90 million deal with the Portland Trail Blazers.
Yep, he's the one they traded Trent for.
So he went out there for
That's $15 million a year, something like that. Oh no, excuse me.
Pelicans just landed Devontae Graham.
Oh, word. That's a good pickup. What did he sign for? Do it show?
No, it don't. Not on here. I have to go to Tracker or Yahoo. Most of my stuff came from Yahoo Sports. I was telling the chat how disappointed I was on draft night with the Knicks move, and I went through them individually. But the Knicks I gave them a B- for the draft night. They ended up doing really well. They were diabolical with they knew who they wanted, and they could have took their players at 19 and 20. But the 19th pick, they got a future first round draft pick. They're thinking about the high school year. They needed draft picks for the high school year when that drafts. So we had a lot of draft picks, and then 21 they traded to 25 because Quentin Grimes was gonna forward them at 25, and
and they got a second round pick out of that. I didn't know that at first. They didn't say that night.
Right. And they got a future second rounder out of that, so they think they slick.
Yeah,
again,
that's why. Because remember we was talking about it like if that's
why would they do it? You kept saying, why would they do it? Yeah, why would they do it? And he was like, unless they owe him a favor. Nah, they was being diabolical. Cause then at 32, if they didn't turn around and do that same shit and pick up 2 more draft picks, 34 and 36, and gave up the 32 spot, they had the whole Knicks Nation going crazy, bro, crazy. And then they picked up supposed to be a good European player, and then they picked up who they originally said they wanted. McBride, you know what I mean? And McBride is really good, and I didn't know his father was a globetrotter, and his brother was, you know, these like career professionals and all that. So I think he's a humble player. I think he's perfect for their system. I think they're gonna be the plus on the year, but we can't count on them. I can't wait to see Obi in summer this year. He better be ready this year, man, because he's gonna be needed to play. You know what I mean? So
right. They all gotta contribute, and they gonna be second year in the league. He gotta know.
Right. You know what I mean? Obi gotta get on the floor, and he gonna have to perform. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's just how that's gonna go. Like, we can't give these guys excuses. I believe in development, though. I really do believe in development. But for us, the Knicks, for the last 10 years, we've been saving on cap. We've been trying to draw players here. We've been trying to do things like, and it's horrible, bro. You know, it's horrible. Like, and today I was watching, I believe it was Nothing But Knicks, or it might have been Queens Court or something. Shout out to them. And those are Knick Nations. They were talking about what's going on, and Steph said some real smart things from Queens Court, and she's a female who really knows, who really calm, doesn't get in the feelings. She's looking at the business of all of it, and she said a lot of things you said. Like, players really, the last 3 years is kind of prevalent to players really not wanting to come to New York. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if we have the cap space or not. And there was
got to do with ownership too.
Yeah. People, it doesn't matter if Randall's winning or not. Like, people really don't want to come to New York. And that might be all because of Dolan. And Leon Rose thought he could change the culture. Maybe with the future youth. But the older players already know the MO about New York. And they ain't fucking with Dolan, man. Excuse my French, man. But they ain't fucking with Dolan, man. And that's the shit right there. Alright, hold on. What did I do wrong? What's good, King Ramon? Thanks for coming in. Yummy, thanks for coming in. Bees, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, brother.
Yo, I wonder where DeRozan gonna go.
Yeah, man, they were saying that the Knicks.
I want to see where he gonna land.
Knicks fans don't really. I wanted DeRozan to come to the Knicks.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But Knicks fans said they didn't want DeRozan. He could get his own shot, but he can't hit threes at will. So that's the problem with that right there. Like, you know what I mean? But he didn't get signed yet,
and where's
man.
Kawhi going?
Kawhi, everybody's expecting him to re-sign with LA.
Oh, long term.
Yeah.
But you know how he get down, he listening, that's a mercenary.
Yeah, he a mercenary. I call him a mercenary too,
He
man.
a mercenary, yeah.
He don't tell people, salute.
Right.
Yeah, he don't tell people what's going on. Bees, Yummy, King Ramon, everybody says salute, Ace.
Salute.
Yeah. Your boy Wayne Ellington got signed a 1-year deal with the Lakers. I don't really know what the monetary value of it is. Mohawk.
The Lakers ain't got no space, so it wasn't for much.
Okay.
More than the veteran minimum. But, I mean, they trying to get some shooters, but honestly, they just filling the roster now, you know. I heard DeRozan say he wouldn't mind going over there, but, you know, they can't offer him that. They said Rudy Gay supposed to go there, too.
Yeah, we see you. I see y'all. Y'all right here. But what you said, Rudy Gay went where?
They was talking about him going to the Lakers. We'll see.
Well, we'll see about that. Doug McDermott signed a $42 million with the Spurs.
Huh.
I don't know what the Spurs is doing. They're not looking really efficient on how they rebuilding. They losing some players this year, and I really want to see what they gonna do.
Yeah, I think Popovich, I never count him out, and I think he's trying to rebuild the organization. Because his last run, he got a centerpiece. He had a number 1 pick. You got to remember, Tim Duncan was the number 1 pick, and then they maybe not draft. So.
And you know he an assistant coach, right, on the team. So, you know, man. Patty Mills is available. That's even somebody I would have thought about picking up to run our point guard, because he's an efficient point guard. You know what I mean? Like,
he'd be good to back up D-Rose. Get some firepower off the bench. Or if you want to run them together, but that's a small backcourt.
yeah, you know, you got to remember we got the young boy Quickly, who ended up being a good shooter. They trying to run him at the point guard, but he not a point guard, not official. Like, but his body is the size of a point guard. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. Dwight Howard trying to get on with the Lakers.
He did. I think he did re-sign with them.
Kobe, if Kobe was here, Kobe would have been like, get the no. you bailed on us, bro. You know what I mean? Like, when we needed you most, you bailed on us, bro. On some sucker shit. I remember that. I ain't got amnesia. I remember that. Mad of these fans might remember that. Might not know that, but I remember that. Pressure at LA was too much for Howard. Remember that?
Yeah, he won it last year with them though.
Did he? He wasn't there last year.
It was the year before.
Yeah.
You know? It kind of was last year, cause
Nah, I actually think that they wasn't as valuable because they didn't have a Howard or Rondo, bro. You know what I mean? Like.
You know who's still out there? Your boy John Collins too.
John Collins is out there, but I expect Atlanta to re-sign him ASAP.
Yeah. Your boy Spencer Dinwiddie still out there.
Yep, Dinwiddie is out there. I don't think that the Nets need him. You know what I mean? Nets don't even need him.
They really can't afford him either at this point. Devontae Graham, where he went to the Pelicans.
Yeah, he just went to the Pelicans.
Dennis Schroeder. Where did Will Barton go? He stayed on Denver.
Will Barton, let me see. I got that. Hold on a second. I got that. Will Barton.
He got 3 years.
$100 million with the Denver Nuggets. He got paid.
I thought it was 2 years, $32 million. How many years?
I don't have it there. But $100 million.
Andre Drummond still out there. Danny Green, Lowry Markkanen. Kelly Olynyk went to the Pistons.
$37 million.
Mm-hmm.
Pistons loaded up. Especially after getting the #1 draft pick. Yeah, they loaded up.
Right.
Pistons did
Cameron Payne went back to the Suns.
Yeah, he got a little $19 million or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Josh Hart still out there. Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn. Nobody want to take a risk on a player like Kendrick Nunn. No, man.
J.J. Redick, Malik Monk.
What's good, Yummy?
Some free agents out there. For whoever to offer a contract too, so I don't know. DeMarcus Cousins, you think DeMarcus Cousins gonna get a deal somewhere?
Yeah, definitely. I just don't know where.
Right.
No, man.
I don't think he's gonna get it during the free agency period. I think he's gonna get it.
Not after, because these guys' numbers be too high with their scouts, and people will let them go where they think they could go, and then when they don't go, then they come up. Like we picked up some people from the draft that didn't get signed. Like that was some valid players. Like, you know what I mean. We'll see what they could do in the summer league and all that, but. Yo, at our 58th pick, we picked up a 7-foot phenom, bro. Some aggressive dude that hit it.
Where he from?
I think his name is Sams. Sams. He hit his head on the damn rim and all that. Let me see what's his name. Let me see. Get it right.
It's a tough part. I think, and the cap reportedly didn't go up a lot this year just because of.
We drafted Jericho Sims. Sims is his name.
What college he went to?
Texas. 6'10". 245. You know what I mean? Miles McBride and Rokas Jokubatis. I don't know who that is, but yeah. But he gonna stay overseas for a year. So he not even a console cap this year. You know what I mean? Like they did a smart draft, man. I was really impressed, but I was so emotional. You know what I mean? Because I waited all my life to see a draft like that where we get a chance. And then somebody reminded me, like, yo, y'all took Frank Nicolina when y'all could have had Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean? Like, y'all wanted to be cute and take Frank Nicolina. You know what I mean? And I was like, word? And he's right. Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, all of them went after that Frank Nicolina pick that one year. Dennis Smith Jr., all of them. Oh, man.
Yeah, I told you that night. I was like, yo, the Knicks known for messing stuff like this up, man.
Yeah.
And hopefully they got it right. But I like the first picks they took. Those was good. We was hype about those.
Yeah, Kai Jones and who was the other one? Kai Jones and Keon Johnson. Oh my God, I was hyped. You see how hype I was on the show, chat? If y'all go back and watch the show, y'all see, man. Oh man, I was so hyped. I was so hyped. And then they gave him away. I went from up to down. My head was like this, like I couldn't believe it. What the heck? You know what I mean? I'm a diehard Knicks fan. They've been killing me all my life. So what's new, right? What's new? But yeah, man.
I didn't get everybody else's reaction about, how they felt about that shit.
Oh man, I went around the Knicks Nation that night. They were distraught. Some people still distraught over that shit. Like they don't understand the business point of it. But I like what Leon Rose did with that and Tibbs. I like what they did. They showed me something. You know what I mean? You gotta know who you want. And if they're available down now, you can gamble, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, Tibbs don't play rookies, so he gonna pick character guys, and we'll see how that goes, man. All right, chat. I just wanted to FYI y'all, man. We got BANGnACES LIVenDIRECT has its own page, so we'll probably be shutting down doing them on Bang Time USA Media. As soon as I get it, my okay to go live from them. So y'all probably see me in y'all chats and stuff like that. So make sure y'all go subscribe to BANGnACES LIVenDIRECT on YouTube. That's where these shows will be broadcasting from in the future. Bang Time USA Media is a multimedia company. We broadcast gaming, videography, and the sports show right now. But we'll be broadcasting the sports show on its own page. So make sure y'all keep up with that. I thank y'all for coming in tonight, man. I really, that shit really got me charged. I really had low energy, but I knew I really had to do this tonight. I really had to talk about free agency. I was hyped all day about it, and just hearing everybody talk crazy had me going crazy. So I just wanted to get on, and I'm glad I got Ace on the line. How you feel about Mo Harkless, Ace? Specialist?
I think he's a solid bench player.
Specialist player, like a shooter only? Not really?
He's more like a defense and rebound guy. I think he's very similar to Montrezl Harrell in a lot of ways. But, yeah, he's got a better shot, maybe. But there's nothing about him to me. I mean, nothing about him to me that really jumps out to me. Yeah. But he's good. He's a good piece to have on any squad, I think. I think he's feeling good anyway.
Look, Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. Nah, who he signed to? Let me see. Who did Harkless sign to? $9 million with the Kings.
Yeah, he's not. He's not crazy.
Yeah.
But, you never
know, might be one of those people in the right situation. Like that guy upside to him. So.
Yo, would you take this time to shop Julius Randle? Because his value is high.
You could sell high with him. You know, I guess you could do that, and again, that's that shit that the Knicks have done in the past with being too cute or something. But Julius Randle is a guy who his whole career has never got the chance to really manifest his potential because he getting shot, and he's got that talent. He probably got a work ethic thing with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But on the tip, it looked like, he's putting in the work, and subsequently you've seen the results this season. Unfortunately, he didn't pan out in the playoffs, but I think he got a promising future with the Knicks, and I think you stick with him if you want to kind of get him some adequate help, or even bring in, if somebody was willing to come in, another superstar, so to speak, or another star, but I won't call him a superstar yet. Like a DeMar DeRozan or something, to take some of the weight off of his shoulders in pressure situations. And I can understand that because you could tell he's better when, the pressure not really on, and he could play a little more freely.
I agree.
But when the pressure's on, he kind of forces it, and he may get better at that. He's not condemned to be like that forever, but
I just think that Atlanta, who was Atlanta's coach? Who was Atlanta's coach?
Nate McMillan.
Yeah, I think Nate McMillan I don't know if he played with Julius Randle. I think he had Julius Randle or something, but he was running everything at him. They was running like a sub-zone in the playoffs, and the Knicks couldn't do nothing with it, bro. They couldn't hit their shots, and Randle couldn't hit it. He couldn't get into rhythm. You know what I mean? At all.
They won the first two games.
Yeah, but Randle wasn't in rhythm at all.
They did.
They only won one game. Yeah.
They won the second game, yeah.
And Randle didn't play well in that game. That was Derrick Rose right there. Yeah.
That series was really about Trae Young. He just really, defensively, they played good, but it was really his playmaking and his shooting that just really catapulted them out of that series.
Right.
With the Knicks.
Right.
So I think.
With nothing coming from Randle, it was nothing to match Trae Young.
But they was close games too.
Yeah, they were.
And daggers at the end. And Julius, now Julius Randle see what it takes. But
right.
Trae Young looked like he been there before. That didn't look like his first time in those situations. But
you gotta remember, they went out first round last year.
Yeah.
They went out first round, and then they got bumped out of the play-in the year before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they earned their keep. They just wasn't expected to do what they did. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, man. You been watching any of this Olympic stuff?
I have not been keeping a close eye on the Olympics, but other than the Simone Biles thing.
I did a special on Simone Biles on BANGnACES LivenDirect page. Go check it out, chat. I did that special because I wasn't liking how people was talking about our queen, our little sister right here. So I went in. Y'all can go check that out. Let me know what y'all think about it. Comment on it and all that. But yeah, man. Simone Biles, she's gonna do the balance beam tomorrow. So I'm pulling for her to go for gold on a balance beam. But shout out to Team USA, Suni Lee. Who else? There's another couple of other people I want to shout out.
Yeah, the women's soccer team, I've seen they lost.
Jordan Childs. Shout out to her. They really competed. Hold on 1 second. I got it right here. Oh, did you see Did you see the women's 100-meter run?
What? The team event or the singles?
The 100-meter track joint.
With Jamaica won first, second, and third?
Yeah, that was a hell of a race, man. And them girls was speeding down that damn.
Yeah, it was fine.
And but yesterday Puerto Rico saw, what's her name? Quinn. Something Quinn. Her brother plays for the Chicago Bears. She took the hurdle, the 400 hurdle. She took that joint. Side by side with the USA. Harrison won silver and Jamaica won third. And that, I'm like, goodness gracious, Jamaica got them track stars, baby. They got them track stars. Yeah, some gold medalists.
You see, what you call it? TJ Tucker just signed with the Heat.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. The Heat gonna be a problem next year, guys.
They're gonna be in contention.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna depend on how Kyle Lowry plays. Honestly, I want to see.
He'll get him up. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Where Gordon Dragic went then?
That's a good question. I don't know that they have him on the roster. But Kyle Lowry is 35 too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he play a rough time.
One of my pads off.
It's gonna be interesting for the Heat because he ain't gonna have to carry them like he was helping to carry the Raptors for so long.
Right. I think they shots gonna come easier with Adebayo in the middle, dunking
He
on
got
the
3 years,
wing.
$90 million for that. For the Heat. It's not bad. Yeah. That's it.
What's that? 30 mil a year? That man getting paid right there.
Players get paid.
They getting paid over there, bro. Wow.
Basketball contract is just crazy. That's why when people judging it, like he getting paid too much based on what?
They
Based
said.
on how you feel about how much money that is.
They said your boy Steph Curry just signed re-signed an extension for $215 million for 4 years, bro.
With Golden State.
Yeah.
That nigga getting $50 million. See, it's only like 3 players.
50 mil a year, bro. 50.4, 54, some shit.
It's LeBron, him, and now Giannis could get
got almost $250,000 for a 4-year contract, bro. Oh my God, that is sickening, bro.
He in the midst of the other $240 million contract. With, you know what I'm saying? I think he had 2 years left on that.
So, what you think about the Lakers, man? I know we waited all show to talk about it, but what you think about the Lakers with that Westbrook? What does that make them?
I mean, it makes them even stronger title contenders. You know, I think it's still Anthony Davis is still the central piece, though. Like if he get hurt again, LeBron and Westbrook might go further into the playoffs, but I don't know if they could win the championship without Anthony Davis being healthy. So.
Really? You don't think King James could pull it off? Just with another helper?
Just him and Westbrook and the other supporting cast they got, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It would really depend on that cast.
With that setup as I would be if it were as constructed, you know, like all healthy as could be at that time of the season. And, you know, I put them up against anybody because that's crazy. Now you got 2 triple-double months. I think if Westbrook could find his shot now that they got that much firepower and threats to go.
You think the Clippers could beat them?
Really
as they are now, you think the Clippers could beat them? What y'all think, Chad? I think
Do
the Clippers could beat the
still got
Lakers.
Reggie Jackson? I mean, they
Yeah,
still got
okay.
some of those players. So if they do, then yeah, I could see it.
Do you
But
think
if
the
they
Warriors
don't, I
could
don't know.
beat them?
You know, I think with Westbrook, that changes the game. I don't think the Suns beat them again with Westbrook.
No.
Because you got to remember what Westbrook does defensively, too. It ain't just his playmaking.
I know. I
You know,
don't.
rebounding is a part of defense.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, the fact that he can a game as a guard,
Grabbing
you
10
gotta
more
play amazing
boards.
defense for that.
Yeah.
Because you got to have that man on your hip. You got to know where the ball is at.
Right.
You got to be able to read the trajectory of the ball and be in position and box somebody else out. Or, like, it's so much that go into that. And then to make the play quick enough up court to get those assists, he's going to be crazy. But they got to run with him.
Yeah. I agree.
So I think, are they the favorites right now, or is Brooklyn still a favorite?
Brooklyn is the favorite for the East, no doubt. But in the West, I mean, yeah, granted they healthy, they the favorite in the East, no doubt. In the West, Lakers have been catapulted to being the favorite, but I think a couple of Western teams could get after. From Utah to Warriors
The
and
West is
Clippers.
just gonna be crazy, man.
The Mavs, you know what I mean? Like the Mavs look good, like so. You know, I just
I
think
thought Porzingis was gonna move. I guess
not yet. Mid-season, they're gonna see how they gel. Mid-season, that mid-season trade line. That's where all these guys is fooled at. Mitchell Robinson might be fooled by then. Randall might be fooled by then, depending on our record. Like, you know what I mean? So, that's what people don't understand. Like, in the beginning of the year, everything looked good. You know what I mean? But when that year start, man, you better have some control on how them W's and L's is going down. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll wait for that.
Would you trade Mitchell Robinson for Evan Turner?
No.
Wow. Nice. See, I wanted to keep Mitch, but Mitch ain't been, he always been hurt, like,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know when I seen him play, you know, he was, you could see, like, the potential in his game, and, you know, if the head coach could bring that out, he could be a good weapon, but Evan Turner, you know, you see his career played out already, and he's a great guy off the bench, but I guess he'd be good in Tibbs' scheme.
Right.
So
That's what
I
I'm
think
thinking about, like,
That's what I would lean towards if you was gonna do it. But my initial instinct was to say, nah, I wouldn't do that. Not for them.
okay. I understand. That's pretty good.
And then, oh yeah, we said for the thing is, we gotta wait and see. Think they would trade him in the middle of the season though?
If he's still with that envy jealousy shit, he might get traded at the beginning of the season. Like,
Yeah.
you better get it together. That little spoiled little girl in him better go ahead. You know what I mean? There's another European player there that's got the attention, bro. You had time to cultivate and captivate people, and you didn't do it. Like, Luka came in the game captivating, and what he's doing in the world games with the team is crazy to me. Like, how is he alone willing his team over all these other teams that got multiple NBA players? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he learning something while he there. You know what I mean? Like, when he come out for Dallas, he gonna be on. It's gonna be on. He gonna want to manage the ball. That's why them having a point guard over there, it might have to be a problem because he want to touch the ball. He want to manage the ball. I don't know how he plays off the ball, so or if he can even play off the ball. But
you have to figure it out. Yeah. You see your boy, not your boy, but you see Carson Wentz got hurt already.
Yeah.
Jump in the real of football real quick.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that he haven't even stepped foot on the field with the team yet, and he already hurt. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. And he got 5 to 12 weeks, which is a big range, but I guess it depends on the recovery.
And then he gonna want to come back and be the automatic starter when somebody gonna start and get in a groove, and you know what I mean? Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. Shit. I don't know where John Collins gonna go. He might be stuck with it to just sign a 1-year deal with Atlanta. Try to get his value up. But I think he worked his value up. They need to pay him and stop playing around. You know what I mean? No. John Collins is the power forward for Atlanta Hawks. Played with Trae Young. That kid, I just fell in love with his game. Like, you know what I mean? He was just thugging it out, throwing his body all over the place, slamming on dudes, shooting on dudes. I was like, yo, this kid's gonna be nice.
Yeah, he been doing that too.
That's why he want to get paid. That's why he not letting it go. You know what I mean?
Okay, right. As he should. Everybody else getting their bread. Why not?
Yeah, he trying to get paid.
Yeah.
Actually, that's gonna be the next song that I'll run in here. Let's get paid. Let's run that real quick. Probably take it out to that, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, football starting up this Sunday, so you have the Hall of Fame game. So.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got you know.
Got a new sport coming up. Got a new sport.
Because, you know, the start is only in for a series or 2.
Yep.
I don't really care what y'all say.
See the rest of the team, but.
Let's put that up there. Salute, Vic. Thanks for coming in, man. Salute. Yeah. Word. Let's try to get this play.
Yo, you know what's a free agent? That Lowry Markin and do the free agent too, but.
He pretty good, right? No?
He had talent in college. He was a 20-point game scorer, I think, in college.
In college.
It'd be depending on how you get them too, though. A lot of them shots that's open in college ain't open in this game. So.
Right.
Y'all say, I'ma let my pants sag, I'ma let my chain swing. Yeah, every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Now I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I let my chain swing, yeah, I'm trying to get paid. And every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Now I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid.
Ace, why they staring at your chain when you rock it? See, they can look though, but you better watch it. They don't wanna see me coming out my pockets. Full rich, semi-tuck, rubber grip, what's poppin'? Living life like there ain't no other option. A quarter in my lap and 42 on a hot pen. I got spots, man, money like goddamn. It's hard for a nigga to run a spot, man. Get cheddar, no one can hit better. Ask your girlfriend, she won't soon forget about us. It's the baker, bake your own bread. And I own the shop, y'all niggas is dead.
I don't really care what y'all say. I'ma let my pants sag, I'ma let my chain swing. Yeah, every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Now I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I let my chain swing, yeah, I'm trying to get paid. And every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Now I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get.
I don't really care what y'all say. I'ma let my pen sag, plus I let my mag bang. When I walk the hammer swing, see I rep my damn gang, and I can't claim the V slum. Critic acclaim it in the game. Third pound since the bang. Magnum sing, the fangs hang, and in the chains, the fast brains, the past shame, the fast lane like raps change, the cash food like live fly. The fans sing, sopranos, bada bing. The king rules as time flies, the swags bling. We live hot like jerk wings. See, this is alienation, earthlings.
I don't really care what y'all say. I'ma let my pants sag, I'ma let my chain swing. Yeah, every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Now I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I let my chain swing, yeah, I'm trying to get paid. And every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Now I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get. I'm fresh off the block, like I was playing center on my hot boy. But you know I'm cold as the winter when it come to getting cheese. I eat a nigga dinner, put a bullet in his brain so he never remember. I'm the gift like December, and I take you niggas back to school, September. I'm trying to get it, I don't care who's in the way, fam. Multicolor changes to complement the Ray-Bans. Fuck is good though, gun tuck, hood low. Not a porn star, but it's crazy when I bang, bro. I let that thing go, and I make it come back. Front, I put your name on the wall, thumbtack. I don't really care what y'all say. I'ma let my pants sag, I'ma let my chain swing. Yeah, every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Now I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I let my chain swing, yeah, I'm trying to get paid. And every time you see me, I be doing my thing. Yeah, I'm feeling like a king, and I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get.
Yeah, that's what they trying to do right now. They trying to get paid. In the game right now, they trying to get paid. So all these free agents doing, they trying to get paid. Yeah, man, salute, man. Thanks for coming out, man. Banging Aces live and direct sport commentary. We coming at you, trying to bring you a little of everything. Thank you for coming to Bang Time USA Media, the multimedia broadcasting from gaming to videography to video blogging to podcasting. We growing, y'all. I love y'all for coming in, showing that love to me. Salute to the bees. Salute to Yummy, Vic, and all them and everybody that showed love today. Algorithm, King Ramon, G Mac. Yo, I really appreciate y'all. And stay tuned, man. That's all I can say is stay tuned, man. We out here. Football season coming. And you know, we about to turn up. So y'all get with me. This basketball season gonna be crazy. My Knicks fans, just be patient. And peace. Bang! Ace.
Yo.
Wanna say peace?
Yo, salute. Peace.
Peace. That's done. Damn, I should have put my ending screen up, you fucking idiot. I did it on my recordings. Stop the stream. Salute, y'all. Bangtime USA Media, Bangtime USA Gaming, hashtag BANGnACES in the chat, and we out here.